Welcome back to another Knowing More. I'm Ebony Hall, and in this video, we're going to talk about a case out of Macon, Georgia, where HUD has charged a property manager with disability discrimination. So let's take a look at the timeline and walk through what happened. So this started January 25th of 2023. The resident, who had documented disabilities, a letter from a healthcare provider, requested a reasonable accommodation for an emotional support animal. That request was denied. January 31st, just a few days later, almost a week, property management begins renovations on her bathroom, the only bathroom in her unit. So they took out the toilet, the shower, and the bathtub, and they told her that she could use a neighboring unit's bathroom that was vacant. The unit was vacant, that she could use that bathroom until they got done with the renovations. Well, she didn't feel safe doing that, especially at night. So the very next day, she again requests a reasonable accommodation specifically for her emotional support animal and also access to an alternative bathroom due to unsafe conditions. So in response, property management issues a non-renewal notice of her lease. Instead of addressing her request, they tell her they're not renewing her lease. 2 days later, on February 3rd, they let the housing authority know that they're not renewing her lease, thus escalating the situation. And now she's under the threat of being displaced. So fast forward to March 18th, the resident, in hopes of keeping her lease and keeping her unit, she actually boards her emotional support animal. However, property management stands firm. They say, we're not renewing your lease. So she eventually has to vacate the property by May 31st of 2023. Now, we're in 2024 now. So in September of this year, HUD filed a charge of discrimination alleging that the property management's actions violate the Fair Housing Act. HUD's investigation found reasonable cause, and they have requested remedial actions for the resident and also penalties for the property owner. So now the property management faces injunctions and penalties. HUD has enjoined the property owner from discriminatory practices. They've imposed civil penalties, and they're requiring them to do comprehensive training of fair housing laws. As for the resident, HUD has ordered that she be paid compensation for damages caused by discriminatory practices. Beyond the legal penalties, there's also the damage to the property's reputation within the community. So at the end of the day, it's important for all of us to remember that fair housing is a right. It's not a privilege. So if you or someone you know is experiencing disability discrimination or any kind of discrimination for that matter, you need to get in contact with HUD. And here's their number. It's 800-669-9777. Again, 800-669-9777. Or you can go to their website. Just go to hud.gov/fairhousing. That's hud.gov/fairhousing. And you can learn more about your rights. Thanks for watching.